Karahan Tepe is said to be much older than Gobekli Tepe. Archaeologists have been working at the Karahan Tepe site, which is often called the sister site of Gobekli Tepe, since 1997. Head of excavations at Karahan Tepe, Dr. Nesmi Karul, said that 12 spots estimated to be in the same period as Gobekli Tepe are now known in the region, one of which is the Karahan Tepe. Speaking at the 10th International Resort Tourism Congress, Culture and Tourism Minister Mehmet Nuri Esroy said that an intensive and rapid excavation program continues in Karahan Tepe, which to date has yielded 250 obelisks featuring animal figures. Esroy claims that planned excavations will prove the settlement at Karahan Tepe will be much older than the 12,000-year-old Gobekli Tepe. A 2016 National Geographic article recounted the fascinating story of the discovery and preservation of Gobekli Tepe. Professor Klaus Schmidt, a German archaeologist who led excavations at the site, argued before he died in 2014 that a vast labor force needed to build the enclosures, and that this construction project pushed people to develop agriculture as a way of providing predictable food and perhaps drink for workers. At the 2015 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, Turkey's Doğuş Group announced that they plan to spend $15 million over the next 20 years in partnership with the National Geographic Society on the Gobekli Tepe site. And Doğuş Group chairman Ferit İşsanek said in a press release that the reason so much cash was being spent on Gobekli Tepe was because this prehistoric temple was the 0 point in time. Karahan Tepe may well be Gobekli Tepe's older sister. While Gobekli Tepe holds the world record in media headlines and elsewhere as the earliest temple of its type ever discovered, there are several other contenders for this crown in Turkey. According to Jens Notroff, an archaeologist at the German Archaeological Institute who is working on Gobekli Tepe site, smaller versions of the pillars, symbols and architecture carved into stone at Gobekli Tepe have been found in settlements up to 125 miles away, including Karahan Tepe. Professor Notroff told National Geographic that Gobekli Tepe probably served the region as a cathedral, and therefore the surrounding sacred sites were like parish churches. The scientist also thinks hunter-gatherers traveled long distances to meet, worship, and help build new monumental structures through vast community projects that included grand feasts to display wealth. However, while it does happen, scientists seldom make big claims without equally big proof. And in this instance, the researchers think that when they ultimately get to Karahan Tepe's excavation center, it will be much older than 12,000 years. The archaeologists at Karahan Tepe are also convinced that they have a new 0 point in world history. The mayor says the site will become a priority in place of Gobekli Tepe, and it will become a new focus of national archaeological and tourist attention. Karahan Tepe was first discovered in 1997 and was surveyed in 2000 and again in 2011. Like Gobekli Tepe, it's located within the boundaries of Sanliurfa, ancient Edessa, the birthplace of Abraham, around 30 miles from the city. It's not an officially recognized tourist site, so they had to plan their trip carefully as it was on private land upon the Tepe Mountains. Fortunately, a well-placed, probably modern standing stone marked the entrance to the track that led to the farm that is located behind. When Andrew Collins visited there in 2004, the person who showed him around was warned he would get a beating if they found anyone had visited there. 10 years later, and the owners welcomed the occasional visitor with tea and information. No beatings entailed, just sweet hot beverages and conversation after the morning visit. The dating of the site is impressive, as it's dated to 8,500 BC, contemporary with the now submerged Navali Quarry and the later stages of Gobekli Tepe. There are obvious similarities to these and other sites in the vicinity, but we've heard that there was a quarry on site where an unfinished T-shaped pillar still sits within the bedrock. Kevin Fish diligently searched for it with only one clue, that it was directly to the west of the main enclosure, as mentioned in the 2011 report. Kevin eventually converged at the impressive monolith. It lies on a rock face sloping 30 degrees towards the setting sun, At 18 feet long, it would probably be the largest monolith at the site. The site is not excavated yet, so this can't be confirmed, and weighs in at around 30 to 40 tons. Its downward angle on the slope on natural exposed rock face may have been why this was a preferred spot to quarry from. As archaeologist Bahattin Selik explains, this is quite a practical technique, with roughly chiseling on the side of the rock to produce a T-shape. A solid pillar separated from the bedrock with this technique and can easily be removed from the quarry with the help of a slope. Andrew Collins decided to measure it and discovered it was indeed 18 feet, 5.5 meters in length, with a maximum width of 6.6 feet, 2 meters, across its T-shaped head. This is similar in size to the twin monoliths at the center of Gobekli's enclosure, C and D. Altogether, Karahan Tepe is a fascinating site that begs excavation, as the significance of the nearby Gobekli Tepe has now hit the headlines.